All right, welcome to another Ozzstars. Today's fun project, we've got an '04 Toyota 4Runner here. I believe it's from '02 to '09, all use the same latch mechanism in the hatch. If your hatch won't open or it's stuck, even though you hear the motor turning the lock mechanism, you can't get it open. Sometimes you can't get them to shut. So what happens is a lot of times there's rust develops inside that mechanism. That part is about $200+. So I'll show you how to fix it. Hopefully you can fix it. If you can't, this trick does not work, then you'll need to replace it. Replacing it is pretty simple. I'll show you how that's done in the video, and also how to access the part itself. So I hope you subscribe, click like, and enjoy the video.
All right, let's see where this guy's from. Oh, he's from the state of repair. Nice. All right, so from the inside, the way to release this, we're going to take this panel off here. And to do that, we start by removing this strap. We'll pop that plastic piece out, take the bolt out, remove that strap. Then there's 10 clips that are held in all the way around here. There is an access panel, so we can try peeking access panel right there. It's hard to see, but it's right there. And you can pop that out and see if I can release it that way first. But anyway, we'll take this cover off. We'll look at the mechanism, see what's going on. All right, here's the strap right here. So what you do is take a flathead screwdriver and pop this cover off. That'll come out. It drops down. You want to pry it from the top. There's 2 clips. They're kind of on the side. There we go. Okay, and then you lift up the strap, and then there's a 10mm bolt underneath there. So get a 10mm socket and loosen that up. Remove it. Remove that 10mm bolt. You don't remove this bolt and you just try to pop the cover off, you could wind up breaking the clip here. Okay, so the strap is off now. So if you remove this cover, you can just put a screwdriver right here at the top and pry that out. There's a plastic vapor barrier here. I don't want to break it. You could access the latch that way. We're going to wind up pulling this out now. I've got some pry tools. Paint can remover, top remover. It's got this hook. And I was able to get down in there and pop all 10 of those pins and then pull this up. It's hard to get it all on film. I don't have a wide angle camera. There we go, now it's in focus. So you lift up, it comes out of this gasket, will come out of the track. And then you can see you have your vapor barrier. Here's the hatch. That's what we're interested in. We're going to peel the plastic back. This is that adhesive that holds that stuff on. So we'll just peel this back so we can reuse it. You want to put this vapor barrier back when you're done. And this is like a butyl here, a butyl sealant. And then I'll be able to release the cable or the latch. We'll see what's wrong. Try to get this thing open. It'll be easier to work with it up and standing outside of the car. This is the ECU for this hatch area for the lock mechanism, and the back window goes down, and you've got the rear wiper and then the defroster inside the wiper. So this controls, this is the brains, the module for that. Okay, so with the film removed, the vapor barrier removed, what you want to do is remove this. There's a cover right here next to that other cover, this clear one, just pops right off. And then you've got 2 tabs here. And what you need to do is, well, not tabs, but levers. You've got a gold one, and then there's a metal one. Let me see if I get my finger, get it on film. It's right down here. What you do is pull up on both hard. That will release the door, and then it'll open. The hatch open. You can see, now that we released it, hopefully you can see. Where'd that flashlight go? Flashlight girl. Give me that flashlight, please. Thank you. You can see all the rust that's in the latch.
So what I'm going to try to do is spray penetrant fluid inside the latch here. I'm going to saturate it both sides. Inside here, we're looking up now, up towards the sky, the door's open. Down in here, in this mechanism where I showed you how to release it, and then in here also, there's a lot of rust. So let's start with that. We'll see if we can get it freed up. I can see on the latch down here, you know, it's pretty dry. So let's get it all lubricated. All right, so to remove the latch, it's pretty simple. We've got the hatches obviously open, got the barrier down. There's one 10mm bolt here. I've got a 10mm socket, and you can just use a ratchet. I remove that bolt right there. That's gold colored. That would be on towards the inside of the car. Now remove the, there's a latch cover that you need to remove. That's this plastic piece right here. So basically that's just held on there with adhesive. Take a screwdriver and gently pry around the edge. It'll pop off. It has two clips on the back here. Be careful not to break those so you can reuse it. So you remove that, just pop that off, and then you've got three 10mm bolts on there. Just remove these. Okay. Then there's one wiring harness connector. Let me see if you got that in the shot. Right here. Okay. So what you would do is, I'm not going to pull this one apart, but you just push in on the one side, release the harness, release that connector. I'm not sorry, the connector, not the harness. Anyway, once that's released, that feeds through right here. There's a grommet. You would pull that through. Let's get back to this. Now what you do is simply pull up and out, and this whole unit here comes right out. See? Okay, so the whole unit will just push right out. And of course your wiring will be through. You just push that through. So what you need to do is, once you get this out this way, spray lubricant in here all over this mechanism. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, but how rusty it is right there. Super rusty. I had it soaking overnight. Inside the mechanism here, lubricate this really well. Sometimes just spraying it on the outside may work, sometimes it doesn't. So you may need to take it apart to get all the mechanisms in here freed up. Let me zoom in. So make sure to get all that sprayed back in there, and then I'll put some white lithium grease on that when I'm done. Here's the cover I showed you earlier that was released. Here's those release levers. So that's where that sits. I don't know if that gives you a better angle. You push down on these and get that open, get the hatch open. Here's a close-up if anyone needs to service theirs. They'll know what it looks like. Those are those release mechanisms. This is the cover that pops off. Here's the mechanism with all the springs and cables in there, and you can see how rusty that sucker was. So anyway, lubricate it really well. To reinstall is pretty simple. Here's what I do. You make sure that this piece is down. Slide the unit up in there, one piece. Drop it down over this lip right here. It'll kind of stay there by itself. I like to take the one brass bolt that came off here and put that one in first. Not tight though, just get it hand tight, and that will help hold it for you to line up these three holes. So bring the tailgate down a little bit so you can see what you're doing, and get these three bolts started. Hand tight. You don't want to strip this stuff. Can you guys see what I'm doing? No. All right, and get these three bolts hand tight. You don't want to strip the threads out. If this is really rusty, you may want to soak it overnight before trying to remove these, because if you snap these bolts inside there, you're either going to have to extract them or buy a whole new unit. right, and just tighten these down. And then give it a test try. All right, so we shut the door, the hatch. Let's give it a shot. I'll pop it open now. Make sure everything's working good. I like to do it, you know, half dozen times at least to make sure. You can hear the motor is actuating the release of the lever. So let me show you something here real quick. This is the lever here that's being actuated, so we can trick it. What you can do is to work that lubricant, push up, take your screwdriver, push up on here, and it'll latch shut. You can hear it actuating. So when you want to open it, obviously it's locked now, hit the lever, should open up. There it goes. So you hear the actuator, you know it's working well. So this is open and ready for business. Then try it again, test it. Here's that inside cover, and here's that access panel we saw earlier in the video. This little plastic piece that snaps in here. Well, if you do get in a jam where you can't get this off, you can pop that open like we saw in the video, cut a hole in the plastic lining in the vapor barrier, and push on those levers to release the door manually if you had to in an emergency. You can always tape it back together. These things tend to rip a little bit, that vapor barrier. You can tape it shut when you're done if you do happen to tear it. So anyway, I'm going to put this all back together now. This is the back of the panel that you remove. And these are the clips. I wanted to show what you're popping out. So they just simply, if one does come out, they have this double groove kind of deal. They just slip right in here like this. You just pop them in like that. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you got this one here, 11. This is actually 11, and that's the bolt where your strap holds on. To get the panel back in place, get that upper gasket situated where it meets the window, and then all you need to do is line up those clips with the holes in the tailgate, and they'll just pop right in. You'll hear them snap. So push up on them, support the hatch while you do that. Pull down with one hand, push up with the other, and get those lined up. So that's nice and tight now. Don't forget to put the strap back with the bolt. That's this piece here. Got the one bolt. Okay. So now you can pull down on that to close the hatch. Put the little cover on that back. That's good. All right. To put the latch cover back on, I'm just going to use a few dabs of this black weather strip adhesive, just a little bit, nothing crazy. All right, so that's back on. Now let's give it a final test. All right, that's how you fix it yourself and save a bunch of money. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Click that red box below if you're not subscribed. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to check out my other car repair videos. Take it easy.